Oh, good afternoon and welcome to episode 93 of Pillar Talk. We got a three-peat offender in here today. We got Nino Chavez. What's up, man? How are you?
Not too much. I'm really good, actually. Been really good lately. Looking forward to being an artist again. It's been about a year since I've been quiet, so kind of getting excited to make some noise again.
You been busting your ass?
Yeah, I would say definitely been busting my ass lately. More than I have in the last year, I'll tell you that. This last few weeks, month or so, preparing for releases again, but it's keeping me really busy.
You took a year off because of COVID?
No, not exactly because of COVID. I was working with a manager for a while, and he was kind of like holding my releases for a while, before we had my brand ready and everything we wanted ready to go. And so I was kind of just writing and kind of shelving everything for a time, and kind of just.
Were you just writing, or were you actually making the songs? Do you think?
Like, oh no, I was finishing songs. Okay. Yeah. So like when I say writing, I mean like the whole production process and everything.
Okay, so everything.
Yeah, because I do it all on my own. So like at home, I just kind of have that the resource, Yeah. So I record and track everything and produce everything there. And so when I say writing, that's what I mean. I mean they're finished songs, recorded and everything.
So what, are you managing yourself now?
Yeah. So I'm just more or less managing myself. Yeah, I'm independent right now, and it's nice. It's definitely a change of pace from having someone else tell me what to do.
Dickhead?
Definitely can be. Definitely can be. But yeah.
You said the last couple months you've been working on getting releases out. What does that entail? Like
that entails like photo shoots, setting up like some interviews like this. That entails like
you were on Joshy Boys.
I did a JB spotlight recently. Stuff like that, just branding everything, getting my Spotify right where it needs to be, getting my website up where it needs to be again, all that kind of thing, setting up, scheduling things out, so scheduling a release, I can't just decide like, oh, I'm gonna drop it this weekend. You know what I mean? Because then like it won't show up on Spotify and Apple Music and all that stuff at the same time. Right. I have to like send it out a few weeks, if not a month ahead of time for it to drop at the right time on every platform and stuff like that. Okay. You know what I mean? And then also getting the funds for ads and marketing and stuff like that.
So like without a manager, it's a little bit harder.
It's a little overwhelming for sure. Definitely having to do all that, whether it's like branding myself, what I'm looking for. And like, even if it's as simple as like color schemes and like what my persona is and all that stuff, you know what I mean? On like my socials up to like how I'm mixing stuff, how I want to release stuff, how I want to promote stuff, who I want to promote stuff with, It's all small things, you know what I mean? But it adds up really fast.
So after these releases, are you gonna go do some shows?
Yeah, I definitely plan on doing shows. I kind of dipped my feet back in a little bit of doing shows this last weekend. Oh, really? I was with one of my clients, Young and Goated, and he had a show up in Allen Park, and we have a song together that we haven't dropped yet, but I did my verse on that song for his show. Okay. And bro, I haven't done cardio in a while. That was a rude awakening that I need to get back on my cardio game, because I was like, I was out of breath, bro. So bad.
This isn't part of the song, guys. It's just me winded.
Literally. And so I got back in the gym this week, running on the treadmill again. And it's just like a mile, but it's a start. Yeah. Just a mile a day.
Start somewhere.
Yeah. So like, that's a huge, like people underestimate that, like your cardio and your cardiovascular like abilities when you're an artist.
Especially if you're going to be jumping around on stage. That's half the reason why these guys lip sing now.
Yeah,
not only
literally.
Are you jumping, you're fucking singing.
Yeah.
That's
doing anything and singing at the same time is hard.
Yeah.
So it's like, like if I stood still, didn't move a muscle and I just sang it, fine. That's great. I could do that sometimes, depending on how hard I wrote the song. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then like moving around and trying to entertain too, bro, that's a bitch and a half. Mm-hmm. It's a lot. You know what I mean? It's like running on the treadmill and trying to sing.
Words. Yeah, you gotta fucking. I'm just standing here looking weird.
Dance like in sync, all that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the rappers nowadays, they lip sync everything. You know what I mean? It's all more about energy and entertainment more than just the performance abilities. You know what I mean?
That is true.
But I mean, it's just a different style, a different genre of entertainment, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, I like when they get hype. I don't like when they just stand there and just sing or rap.
Because rap is about the energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It really is. And so it's like, I'm not really a rapper.
I mean, if it's like you playing the acoustic guitar while you're fucking singing, that's not bad, though.
Yeah.
And you can be sitting down. You don't got to be fucking Jimi Hendrix out here running around.
Yeah, running around, vibing, everything.
Where, though?
It would, but it would be crazy. You would have to have one of those pop singer little.
Yeah, right.
Little
Some
things
Britney Spears. Boom. Just so I can dance. Yeah.
That's a lot, dude.
It can be a lot, especially like setting up live shows and all that stuff, you know?
So now that you're your own manager, is it a lot harder than you thought?
Not really. I've been in different projects that I've done, like the booking with, the recording process with, the production process with, and like interviews or like promo and all that kind of stuff. I've done that in different projects. My last project was Caffeine Addicts, and I was kind of like the leader in that project. It was me and a drummer, and I kind of like headed it all in that sense, you know? And then my project before that was with my sister. We had the Old Adage, you know? And she did a lot of that stuff, and I did a lot of the production stuff, but that really kind of like I cut my teeth learning it in that sense, you know? That we did that for 7-8 years, almost 10 years, you know?
Were you part of the planning process with your manager when you had one?
Not really. We were more working on the artist development stuff, so we weren't like booking interviews and all that stuff, but he was more giving me direction on where he wanted me to go with stuff. And that's kind of why I cut things off, because I wasn't loving the direction, and frankly, it was being told what to do. Right. You know, and that might be an ego thing, that might be a pride thing, you know, but I'd rather be a smaller regional artist and be able to control and have control of what I'm doing and what I put out and what I say than to be a big artist on a major label being told what to do, what to say, what to wear, who to sound like, and all that, you know?
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
Gives you more of a genuine feel of your own music.
Yeah.
Know?
And like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying major label artists aren't genuine, aren't authentic, and aren't like real talented artists with like good ideas and all that, but I just don't want to be controlled in that sense, you know? And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm getting older and I'm just like, I don't need the entire world. You know, I just want to pay my bills, want to make money doing music, want to be happy, be able to create art and just do that.
How is everything else going? Like, you're recording everybody.
It's been good. I've been full-time as a producer for a year now. So that's been a kind of a little milestone for myself. You know, since last summer, I quit my job and started doing my production full time. And so there's been ups and downs in that year for sure. You know, first year has definitely had its struggles, but I'm still doing it. So
is this consistent?
No, yeah, it's pretty consistent. You know, I would say monthly, it's pretty consistent. Day to day or weekly, not really. Some weeks are really slow. Some weeks are like overwhelmingly busy.
A little bit longer term, it's more consistent. Okay. Because you could have fucking 4 people wanting to come over in
one day.
Yeah.
You know, so like, some weeks like today, I had nothing booked at all. Nobody has really hit me up to come through, and I didn't have anything booked ahead of time. So it's just kind of a chill day, you know? Yeah. But like last 3 days, I was pretty busy working.
Okay.
You know, so it's just one of those things, you know, you just kind of take it when it comes.
Any cool projects you're working on right now?
Yeah, I'm working with a lot of pretty cool artists right now. I would say my buddy TJ Sloan, who you guys had worked with before, talked about before. We had ended up finishing up his album, and he had a few shows just recently that we went out to, and I helped him with live stuff for that. Another artist, Young and Goated, he's one that we've been working on some fucking fire with, you know. And the last 3 or 4 songs he's come in with, and we've put some good time into it, and they've been like really, really good. He's a rapper. He's kind of like a Boogie with a Hoodie type stuff, a little bit of Roddy Ricch kind of stuff, you know, kind of like that whiny mumble rap, but like really melodic and like radio type shit too, in a way, you know. And I've really, really been fucking with him. The kid Nathaniel, him and I have been working together for years, and he's got a lot of stuff in his catalog that I'm personally waiting on him to drop and get excited to like release and work on. And my sister actually is back in town, and her and I are doing a song together for a collab album I'm working on.
Okay.
And so I'm also working on a collab album that I have basically a bunch of different clients and artists that I'm working with that I'm putting on this album with me that is completely unrelated to my current like solo stuff.
Okay.
You know, so it's going to be like me as a solo artist and producer dropping this album, but none of the songs that I'm dropping on my solo stuff, which is like about 14, 15 songs, is going to have anything to do with this collab project, you know? So I have really like 20 to 30 songs that I'm like,
are they all going to be features on your songs, or
on the collab album? It'll all be brand new songs with features.
Okay.
So my solo album that I don't even want to call it an album, my solo releases, I'm doing the singles right now, and they'll just be me. They're just me.
Okay.
You know, and no features, no anything. And the collab album may be complete different songs, whole different songs, but all with features or one or more features on all those songs.
Okay.
You know, and some of them are hardly me singing anything, maybe just a verse or a chorus, you know, but I'm really excited about this collab album.
That's kind of cool. You get to spotlight people in your own album.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, that's more what it is. And it's really cool because I'm the producer, so I did all the tracks for them.
Right.
You know, so I really get to play a role, but it also lets that artist shine.
Yep.
Like in that sense, you know. So it's really cool to be working closely with other artists like that.
So are you releasing anything coming up?
Tomorrow.
And
that's the next song. Yep. The
son of a bitch.
That's gonna be a year and 2 months, 3 months since I've released anything.
Hence the reason he's here.
Yep, that's the reason I'm here, you know, promoting the new one. So tomorrow's going to be Another Lover. The song's called Another Lover. Okay. And I think I sneak peeked it to you guys a while back. Last time I was here, I had kind of a demo version of it, you know?
Yeah, it wasn't the final copy.
Yeah. And I've done a lot to it since then, and I'll show you guys too before I get out of here. But I'm going to do an acoustic version of it here today, and I'm excited.
I'm going to cry right here on live.
It's funny because lyrically it doesn't really fit the acoustic vibe, but I really like how it feels acoustic too, you know? And this
acoustic is, even those hard rock bands that do an acoustic, or like somebody does an acoustic cover.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, that was really
good. It just gives it a whole different life.
Yeah.
You know, it really does. And I love that about it. I wish sometimes that I could just be an acoustic artist, you know, and I could just like sit out with my guitar and sing and like singer-songwriter, like to the bone. But it's hard to catch people's attention doing that too sometimes, you know?
It would have to be, it couldn't be like a clubby feel. It would have to be like a eating dinner.
Yeah,
nice
more like cafe or dinner restaurants.
Somebody fucking acoustically playing some cool shit.
Yeah.
Because a bar, these motherfuckers, you know, you can't be playing acoustic when somebody's yelling.
Yeah, people are loud, trying to get hype and drinking and stuff. Yeah, no, for sure. And that's how I've always kind of like, I've done the acoustic stuff here a little bit, you know, but I've always kept my songs like more hype, more high energy, you know, and things of that nature.
I know there's a lot of bars around here that want musicians to come on like Friday nights. Do you ever do anything like that?
I don't, but mostly because I don't do a lot of covers. I mostly do original stuff.
Yeah, they're mostly covers.
Yeah.
Right?
And so for me, I've never taken the time to really like learn a bunch of covers. If you sat me down with a guitar and asked me to play 10 songs,
play Skinner.
Literally, yeah.
Leonard Skinner. You don't know who they are.
I could probably play 10 songs, and that's it on guitar from memory. You know, and they're all 15 years old because when I started learning guitar, that's what I learned.
Right.
You know, but so that's why I generally don't do stuff like that. You know, not that I couldn't or wouldn't want to, but it's another thing, another chore.
Yeah.
You know, to learn all these 50, 100 songs and then play
on top of making your own songs, producing people's songs.
Yeah. It's a lot of work. It really is. But now I've done it before.
Learn this Adele song, and you don't even really know how to sing like Adele.
Right.
You know, like, fuck, man.
Yeah. No, me and my sister had done way back in the day our share of like cover shows and acoustic shows and like that. And they're usually long sets, you know, they're usually 2-3 hours. You know, so it's a lot of material.
Singers, a male and a female, you can cover a lot of songs.
Oh, for sure. It's super helpful to have two vocals.
Chateau had a group of people. And they had male and female singer.
Yeah.
And they were fucking doing everything.
Yeah, no, really.
When they brought that fiddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fiddle.
I love a fiddle.
Yeah.
I don't care what genre of music. You throw in a fiddle, I'm in.
Yeah. No,
the first thing Josh did was, is that a fiddle?
Is it a fiddle?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I just like people playing. I like the instruments, making music with the fucking instrument. It's kind of cool. Like,
yeah,
it's cool to look at. I used to play the drums, but I was never great.
Yeah.
But I got a shoulder injury now, so
he could keep a beat and he can semi keep a beat now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can semi keep a beat.
Surprisingly, he's a lot better than we both thought he was going to be.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
He retained most of it. It's just the motor, getting his arm to do what he wants it to do.
Yeah, I got that communication issue with my hand. It doesn't keep. It can't keep the beat with my right hand.
Yeah, yeah. There's like a lag or latency to it in a way.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I'd say the Wi-Fi is off. I got Wi-Fi.
Yeah, yeah.
He's only got 2 bars. You only got 2 bars in that one arm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so sometimes a little like.
But we're even doing it like in therapy today. He was asking if it was better, if my shoulder was better. And I'm like, no, dude, it's not my shoulder, it's my brain. What are you gonna do? Fucking
like the nerves and
brain?
right? Yeah. sending the signals.
Yeah. So I mean, I bet if I fucking tried really hard, I can get it back. But that's a lot. You know, I'm doing.
It's a lot of work for something you don't really necessarily need in your life at the moment.
I don't want to be a drummer. Right now, you know,
it's not your aspirations and dreams.
Right. The only thing I want is to get my knee fixed, so me and Josh can be a tag team wrestling.
Hell yeah! There you go.
That would be cool.
That'd be badass. Hell yeah!
I've been hitting the gym too, actually.
Yeah, that's good, man.
I've been going for about 3 months. I got myself off of sleep meds, everything, dude.
Good shit, man.
No medications at all for PTSD and all that bullshit.
Yeah. So good shit.
I'm fucking
moving on up.
Using the what gym you go to?
I go to PF, Planet Fitness here.
Planet Fitness. I go to YMCA, man.
Okay.
They got all the shit that my therapy does.
Oh, really? Yep. Okay, so you can do that there.
So I go to therapy right on a fucking Thursday after, you know, if I learn something new or something.
Yeah. So you can do that there.
But therapy, I think therapy is important because they teach you new shit all the time.
Yeah.
They teach you why it's important and stuff.
Yeah.
Because my muscles around my shoulder are fucking really good. It's just my fucking brain signal is not.
Yeah, you know? No, I know what you mean. Yeah. You have the physical capabilities to do it, but.
How'd you make this last song?
This last one, kind of like, I guess how my other ones were coming out. I was in a writing, like, I don't know what I would call it. Like sometimes I go through these phases of I'll write a lot, and then sometimes I'll go through phases that I don't at all. You know, right now I'm not writing at all because I'm promoting, I'm getting stuff out. You know, so I haven't written like a whole song in more than probably a month or two now. Okay. You know, I've done a few verses here and there with features I'm working on or other artists, but for my own stuff, I haven't written in 2 months, maybe even 3 months, really. But sometimes I'll go through a phase or like a run that I'll just write once a week. I'll knock out a song every week, you know? And I was kind of doing that at this time. This was back in December. Okay. I wrote this one. And I sat down on Saturday and I literally was just like having a drink and I'm like, all right, let's write. You know, I have time. Let's write some stuff because I'm working on this I was kind of working on a new sound, you know, working on a new sound, new project, trying to get this new version of me out, and I guess.
New flavor?
Yeah, really though. And so I was working on this one, kind of came out like more alt rock, more kind of pop punk, you know, and a little bit like I wouldn't say pop punk like hardcore, you know, but influenced by that style, like you know,
MGK,
very much like new MGK. Okay. You know, that's very much what I was going for with this new sound.
On him.
I don't know why,
dude. He did a fantastic job for being a rapper and wanting that sound. He hit it.
Yeah,
he hit a home
100%.
run.
Yeah, I think he did a great job.
They hate on him a lot. And I'm like, why? He sounds pretty good. Yeah. It's not that bad.
Yeah, and no one else is doing it.
Yeah.
So how are you going to give him hate, bro? He's the only one out here doing it.
And he looks the part.
Andy's, who's his girlfriend?
Megan Fox.
You got Megan Fox making him dress like a woman. But guess what? He's still better than you. Yeah. Not you, but.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd let my girlfriend dress me as a fucking woman. I don't care.
Turtleneck grandma sweater with some pearls around your neck.
Hell yeah!
I swear to God, I would. I know you. I would look hot in that.
That's not a joke. I know you would.
That shit, dude.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting to see you in that though. All face tatted up.
How long did it take you to master?
So this one was I kind of mix and master as I go, you know. But at the same time, at the end of a song, I'll sit with it for a long time and just like tweak the shit out of it. So
what, you make the final-ish product and then you just listen to it over and over again?
I wouldn't say over and over again. I listen to it like a few times and then I usually hear stuff or compare it, like use a reference to another song. I used My Ex's Best Friend by MGK and Black Bear as a reference on this one, like sonically kind of how I wanted it to feel. And I'll listen to it and then I'll make adjustments, and then sometimes I love them, and sometimes I hate them. I'm like, damn, I fucked it up, you know. But then I'll get away from it for a few weeks, or like a week or so, to like regain reference or regain what's the word I'm looking for? Perspective.
Yes.
Regain perspective on it, you know, because if you keep listening to the same thing over and over,
it gets repetitive.
Yeah, you don't hear anything new.
Yeah.
You know, so if I listen to 100 other songs or 1,000 other songs in the week or 2 weeks, then I come back to it, I have fresh ears again, you know? And so that's one of the reasons why the mixing and mastering process for me personally takes a good while, because like my first quote final version is usually pretty all right, you know, but then I come back to it and make adjustments. A week later, I come back to it, make adjustments. A month later, I come back to it, make more significant adjustments, you know? And then a month or two later after that, I'll be like, wow, this is coming together really nice, you know? Even though 95% of the song was done, you know, all the production, all the parts were done, all the vocals were recorded, everything was done. It's just me adjusting levels, you know what I mean? Trying to push the limiter harder if I want it to be more intense, more kind of an open sound, a real tight, dense, intense sound, or whatever I want to do, you know? So it really depends on how I'm feeling. A lot of it's based on like what I want it to feel like at that time, you know?
How does it now producing for other musicians or artists? How does that influence your own music, like creativity, like for your own like brand?
You're saying like who I listen to?
No, like you producing other people's.
Okay.
How does that influence your music in any way? Or?
A lot. Yeah. So I primarily work with rappers right now. Most of my clients are hip hop artists. Some of them are a little more melodic and more on the pop side. Some of them are like hardcore, straight Detroit style, city stuff, you know? And that definitely has influenced my style a lot and like my tastes, you know, because I love the melodic hip hop stuff right now, like Ian Dior, 24K Golden, even stuff like Black Bear, who's more leaning into the pop stuff right now. But like stuff like that, you know, I really, really like that shit a lot. And that's definitely influenced my style and my sound. And listening to my stuff from a year or two ago and like my style and taste from a year or two ago, they've changed significantly from now, you know, and like how I heard something or what I thought was weird or wasn't, or what I thought was like cool or wasn't, you know, stuff like that. And so my clients have definitely played a big part in influencing my style and my taste.
What's cool about music is it constantly evolves.
Yeah.
Constantly. Yeah, the next big thing is going to be the next person that doesn't do it the way everybody else does it. You know?
Always.
And comes out there, and that's what you got to look for.
Yeah.
And seeing other people, like, because you're working with people that are just starting out.
Yeah.
You're working out, you know, with all that, and then you're like, oh, I never thought of it like this.
Yeah.
Maybe everything's not perfect, but you could take something from it and be like,
100%.
This is pretty cool.
That's exactly how it is with all my clients too. They're full of ideas. I mean, all these guys are full of like ideas, like just bubbling out of them, you know? And I take, basically my job as a producer is to take those ideas and polish them and make them sound like, make them digestible for the listener, you know? And so whether it's like deciding how long a verse is going to be, or like where the chorus is going to come in, if we need a pre-chorus, if we want to fade the song out, cut it hard at the end, if we want to focus on whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever parts of the song, you know, or I'll be like, I really like this piece right here. Let's expand on that. You know, they'll be like, oh, I didn't think about doing that. But then also it works the same way too. I'll make suggestions and they're like, well, no, I had the vision for the song to go like this. And I'm like, that's really fucking cool. I would never have thought about doing something like that. And I've learned a lot from my clients because of that, you know, because they have ideas that I would never thought of doing, you know, because I come from the pop and rock world, you know, where like things have been a certain way for a long time since like, I mean, rock and roll since the fucking 50s or 60s, you know? And so now they're coming in with a lot of these hip hop ideas where they just don't know, you know, they're ignorant to structure and like how things should be. And so they come at it at a different angle and come up with some really cool shit, you know?
Yeah, because sometimes that should be like, holy shit, that's actually kind of
Yeah.
different. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, and it's not typical, but that's good. Because if it's typical, nobody cares. You know, if it feels or sounds like everything else, like it's not new, it's not exciting, you know?
Taste. You gotta have that own flavor.
Yeah, and I've learned that a lot from my clients, is like them teaching me that just to listen to everything.
So you said since you slowed down on music, but you started producing.
Yeah.
Is that what made you slow down on music, was producing?
In a way, yes. I haven't. So since I went, my last song I released was Never Go Home, and that was May of 2020. Okay. So just before the summer. And summer of last year is when I went full-time producing. So it kind of happened like, not intentionally, but I guess organically, you know, because I also started working with my last manager around the end of summer last year. Okay. And so I stopped releasing stuff when I started working with him, you know. I was still writing stuff and working on my own project as I was a producer full-time and working with that manager, kind of under the radar, kind of low-key, you know, but I still didn't want to lose that, like being an artist and working on my own stuff and working on my own music and creating, you know. But it kind of all happened simultaneously. But in the last year, I was very much more focused on the production side of things. Okay. you know, and that does, I mean, I can hear a difference in my music now a year later that like as a result of that.
Okay.
You know, as a result of me focusing more on my production. Like if you hear the new stuff compared to the last stuff, it sounds much more polished, much more clean, much more radio. And even the songwriting is better in my opinion.
You can never stop getting better.
Exactly.
Never a
100%.
ceiling.
Yep. And that's, I mean, I firmly believe that like, I hope in a year or two, I'm going to be embarrassed of the stuff I'm releasing now, you know, because I'm low key kind of embarrassed of what I released a few years ago, you know, and that's how it should be, you know, that if I wasn't
putting it out there, you just gotta
exactly. If you don't, you're just never gonna get it out there. You know,
you're never gonna know.
Exactly.
You're never gonna see your own progress because you feel good about yourself when you see your own progress.
Yeah, 100%. And if I wasn't embarrassed of my stuff from a year or two ago, I wouldn't have been growing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the goal, right? To grow, to get better, to like you said, there's no ceiling.
You got more stuff you're going to release here in the future?
Yeah, I have a top 5 right now that I'm pretty dead set on releasing. I guess more of a top 4 right now I can think. And Another Lover's number 1 on that list. And I think it's one of the strongest ones. So I want to come out kind of with a bang, you know, and start releasing music again with one of my strongest songs. But also it's the most summer song. It's the one that feels most like summer. And I was trying to get everything to align before the summer was over, you know, and I just feel like I barely made it, you know, but the next 2 feel a little more, or 2 out of the 4 feel a little more dark, a little more fall, a little more winter. So I kind of have a little more of a window to release them, but I'm excited because I'm going to be dropping hopefully in another month or so too, but by singles. So individually, you know, and these 4 I'm hoping to get out by the end of the year. So I'll have 4 new singles out by the end of the year. That's really my goal.
That's what's in the chamber right now.
Yeah. And then that collab album, I'm hoping I can get out by the end of the year too. And
how's that going along?
That's coming along great, honestly. I have about 5 of them, 4 or 5 of them completely done, like done. And I have about another 5 or probably about another 5 of them, 5 or 6 of them that are like halfway done, have choruses, verses. I just need to kind of go in and tweak the production and like maybe have some re-record some stuff of mine, some stuff with the other artists, you know, just to make sure it's polished and clean. But honestly, the album, like the list is done almost. You know, I'm at 10 songs plus on this album already. So it's coming together really well. And the hard part about that is going to be promotion, you know, because it's going to be great because all these other artists will help me promote this album, which would be awesome. And it'd be a cool collaborative project. But also I'm promoting my own single stuff. So I don't want them to overlap too much for people to be confused. Like, oh, this is the album. And then none of the songs be on that album, you know, for my singles. So I'm kind of hoping I can promote these singles all now by this year, the second half of this year, and then drop this collab album like at the end of the year so I can promote into next year.
Okay. So how does the promotion process go?
The promotion process is really like videos, you know, behind the scenes stuff, shows, interviews, performances, anything like that, you know, and then of course, like running ads on all this content that I'm putting out, you know, whether it be on Facebook, Instagram, Google ads, YouTube, whatever it is, you know, running ads on the lyric video, the music videos, the performances I do, selling tickets, doing shows, doing stuff like that. That's the whole promotion process.
You got music videos lined up for some of these songs already? Or?
I have a lyric video done for Another Lover, which is going to be dropping tomorrow. You know, so the lyric video will drop tomorrow with the song. I don't have the music video shot yet, but my plans are to get this done ASAP.
You already got the outline of what the music video is going to be?
I have a few different ideas for it, but I haven't confirmed or like really, what's the word? Storyboarded it all out.
Okay.
You know, so I haven't worked with a videographer to storyboard it all out and plan the shoot yet. I do have a videographer in mind that I want to work with. It's the same guy that did my last photos. And he's did a great job with the photos. So I plan on working with him for this music video here soon too. And honestly, I like working with a lot of the same people, you know, so kind of we can grow together, you know, and do kind of have the same brand and style, but also build a relationship with these people. You know what I mean? So they understand me and my art and my work, and I understand them and their workflow and things of that nature, you know?
Who is it?
His name is Brian Zhu, and I think he's from the Ipsy area. but he's a full-time photographer and videographer, and he does a really good job. He did the last my last photo shoot that I have for the Another Lover cover art, and also like the photos I've been posting recently on Instagram. They were all done by him. We did them downtown Detroit.
So when you release a single, that's just one song.
That's the one song.
And you're just the pictures for it is just for that one song.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's like an album cover, but it's just for the song.
Okay.
You know, it's just the cover art for the
a one song CD. No,
more or less, yeah. But I won't be cutting a CD of this one just because, yeah, it's one song. It'll be all streaming. You know, when I do an album, I will do a hard copy, physical copy, even though it's kind of a thing of the past. You know, old people still like that shit. I still like that shit sometimes.
It's still cool to collect that shit.
Yeah, no, and some people do it just like that, just collect them.
Can't find a CD player to save my life, but it'd be cool to have one
yeah.
of those.
No, and the thing is too, people can support me.
Yeah,
that's another way for people to support me, whether it be through merch, whether it be through CDs, you know, anything like that. And like, if people want it, by all means, I'll have it. You know, because I like buying CDs of my favorite artists, even if I don't listen to them, like on the CD, even if I'm streaming it. Like, I want to support my favorite artists. You know, I want to see them grow. I want to see them have their success. You know, and like you said, it's a collectible in a way. Yeah. You know, those aren't going to be around much longer. CDs won't be around in 20 years. Yeah. So it's like the record, the vinyls.
Yeah,
you know,
look at all the people collecting the vinyls, and that they're worth so much money. Everything.
So it's a cool little. I mean, it's another thing to give my audience, you know, to give my fans in a way. And speaking of merch, my buddy that does my tattoos, he's working on my merch right now, on some designs for my merch. And he showed me some drafts when I got I got this tattoo recently, and I got this eagle done recently too.
That's cool.
Thank you, man. A little trad here, and getting some little trad tattoos going on, you know. See that. And
strictly black and white.
Not terribly. A little bit of color there, a little bit of color here. But the artist I have been working with, he loves black and white. So I kind of like just let him do his thing. You know, I love letting an artist
do what they're good at.
Do what they're good at.
I like colors. And my artist is a very colorful
That's
guy,
what he does.
So,
yeah, that's cool. And that's what I love. You know what I mean? Because that's what they're going to do the best work at. That's what they're like doing the most. Yeah. You know, they're going to enjoy doing the most.
Yeah, I even make my artist draw.
Yeah.
With a Sharpie on me.
Oh, that's how my artist does it too. Like to fill in these gaps and stuff. Yeah. He does like the main idea, and then he'll just draw the rest in. Yeah. Like this snake we did here. He drew it. He like stenciled the snake head, and then just drew the rest in freehand to fill the gap. Yeah. You know, and I love that. You know, because it's like I get to see the process.
It's a real genuine though tattoo. Like nobody has that. Because this dude drew it with a fucking Sharpie.
Yep. Exactly, and it's a really cool. I've been going a lot to get tattoos. Clearly, I'm more tatted than I was last few times I came. You know,
that's what I was just looking at. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I got a little half sleeve going on.
I'm pretty sure your hair was a lot shorter when you first came.
It definitely was a lot shorter. Yeah,
I think you maybe have had a little
baby bun going on.
Maybe the first time you came.
Yeah, and I put it up a lot of times too, but I rock it down a lot more too now that it's longer. I like wearing it down. You know,
I would too if I had Jerry curls like that. Bro.
Little more rock star vibes, you know.
Yeah.
And I fuck with a hair like this.
Sometimes you gotta sling your hair around. Dude.
Yeah, no, for real though, for real.
You want to get the fucking the energy out there.
Yeah.
So when it comes to your songs, okay, so sometimes you start a song and then you go back to it a month or two later, right?
Yeah.
So what is the longest period of time you've taken to go back and then used that song?
That's hard. This is I'm trying to think, because I know. Back when I released My Bed back in the day, I wrote that one in 2019. I did a California road trip with some friends. You know, we were out for 10 days. And my goal on that trip, because I wasn't going to be working at all, you know, on that trip, was to write a song every day. And so I did. Whether I was driving and like had headphones in, or whether someone else was driving, I'd be on my laptop in the back working on the beats, or like just writing it out, you know. I wrote a song every day, and My Bed was one of those songs. And I don't think I released it till almost a year later. And that felt like a big gap at the time. But also this one, Another Lover, I wrote back in December. So this is about, 9 months now too. And that one, that's a pretty big gap. I wouldn't say big gap. That's a pretty standard gap for me. I remember my sister and I, when we were doing Old Adage, we had written songs for our debut album, Cycles, in 2014, and we didn't drop it until 2016, I believe. So that was about a year and a half gap between some of those songs in that album. So it really, really just depends.
Then my next question was basically like, how drastic of a change
do the songs like happen to the song.
Happen, yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually pretty drastic, especially in the new ones now that I'm working on. Like Another Lover, if you listen to the first draft, it sounds like straight booty cheeks. Like it's bad, you know. But it was just my first draft of getting it out, you know, from doing the production, like the writing process, you know, like it's really hard to sit down, write a song, and then know exactly how all the production is going to happen around it too. You know, as one person, like doing the vocal melody, doing the lyrics, doing all the instrumental parts, and then all the production too, and mixing it and deciding like what tone I want, what style I want for it. It's a lot of hard decisions to make in a short time, you know? So usually my first draft that I do the day I write the song or the week I write the song is not at all what it's going to feel like. You know, it's more just like, let me put this down so I have the ideas down.
So you know what direction you're going in.
Yeah, or what direction I don't want to go in with it.
Right.
You know, this one right off rip, I thought was going to be Another Lover I'm talking about. I thought it was going to be more of a hip hop song, you know, more of the new kind of hip hop style of like Ian Dior, 24K Golden. I thought it was going to be more like that. But then when I laid it down and tracked it out, I'm like, bro, this feels more like an all rock song. You know, it feels more like a little more pop punk, a little more just alt rock, a little more driving. You know, I wanted more energy. I wanted more like authenticity to it, you know, realness to it. So I ended up putting acoustic drums in it like 4 or 5 months after I wrote it, you know. So probably May this year, I threw some acoustic drums in there because I was inspired by Black Bear and MGK's, my ex's best friend, and like Travis Barker did the drums, you know. So to me, I was really inspired by that, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna throw acoustic drums in here, and it brought a whole new life to it. So if you listen to the first draft, it's kind of really stale, really flat, and then when you listen to like the final version I have now, it's got a whole different vibe. I got some heavy guitars in there, you know. I got some acoustic drums. I got a lot of like, there's like this bridge that breaks down and like comes back in with some super heavy guitars, like a whole different vibe, you know. And so they've really come a long way, you know. And I'll send her versions and like some friends' versions of like the latest mixes, and they can't tell the difference because like the mix is a slight difference, you know.
It's a little bit smoother.
Yeah. Like, I turned the release down in the compressor on the vocals. And so the vocal sounds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, literally. I'm like, you hear how much nicer that sounds? They're like, yeah, it sounds a lot like the last one, but
sounds
yeah,
like
it sounds
the last
good.
4 ones you sent
literally,
me,
100% is what it is. But like,
good job on whatever you did.
Exactly, 1,000% yes.
Yeah.
But like that'll all happen in a week, and then a few weeks later, I'll make another tweak, and then I'll add an instrument or take something out, and then eventually, like a few months later, it's a significant difference.
What happens when you find that what you want it to sound like?
That's always a hard thing for me because usually I'm not the kind of artist that has a vision for the song in my head. You know, I'm more the kind of artist that just like I throw shit down and then I decide what I like after.
So you put the puzzle together after you have everything.
I build the pieces and I'm like, that piece is really cool. This piece is really cool. These pieces are garbage. Throw those away.
Yeah.
I'm going to build the rest of the puzzle around these 2 pieces that I liked, you know, but I just kind of throw things out there and I get inspired by the piece. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. And I personally think that's a trait that makes me a good producer.
Because you got to feel it.
You
gotta feel it too.
And a lot of artists have a vision. They like, I want it to sound exactly like this. I know what the music video is going to look like. I know where I want the production to go already. Like TJ, he's one of those artists. He's like, bro, I want the guitars to do this. I want the bridge to feel like this. I want all this to be vocals, and I want it to be a cappella here. And then I want the music video to be like this, like this, like this. And he has it all in his head, a vision already.
Yeah.
I don't work like that, you know? Give me something and I'll turn it into something.
So while he's writing, he's thinking of the whole entire
everything.
Song.
Yeah. For me, I don't know if it's ADD or what, but like I can't think that far ahead. You know, I'm always right here, like the immediate thing in front of me.
So you just write a song? Do you just write lyrics and then make everything else?
So I usually like to start a guitar. At least in the last year, I've liked to start a guitar because I've found that I come to perform songs and like they don't translate well.
Okay.
You know, and songs that I can get to sound really good with just vocals and guitar, it's a lot easier to make sound really good on a track.
Okay.
Because the song already feels good. So now I just need to complement it. You know, and a lot of times I won't even use the guitar anymore. Like Another Lover, I wrote on acoustic guitar. There's no acoustic guitar in the song at all. You know, there's a lot of electric guitars, but I use no acoustic guitar at all. And that was okay, but it felt good already as a song, you know?
Yep.
And I'm getting away from the question. What was the question again? I'm sorry.
There's no question now.
Okay, yeah.
there's
But
no
basically, as an artist, I have no end vision. So I kind of just go with whatever feels good in the time. And I think that's another reason why it takes so long, because I'm kind of just blindly working.
The question was,
Do you just
what
put
is
the
it like
lyrics
when
down?
you figure out the perfect sound?
Yeah, what exactly what it is, and lyrics down too. So it usually almost always starts the melody and then lyrics.
Okay, so it's you got to get the actual song out there before you put words to it.
Yeah. So usually I sit down guitar and I'll just make noises with my mouth, more or less. Whether it's oohs or ahs or like
What goes with it?
Yeah.
Like
what feels good.
What melody goes with the melody you're playing?
Yep. And then if I like a melody that doesn't fit that really well, I'm like, ooh, I'll record that and then try to change the guitar to fit that melody better, Or like I'll a lot of times like listen to the song and be like, I'm inspired by this and I want to do something of that nature. But it usually almost never ends up like that song. I'm always just inspired by a small piece of that song, and I'll like take the melody. I'm like, oh, I like how he held these notes out here. I want to try something with a little more held out notes on my song and this,
right.
That kind of idea. But with Another Lover, when I put the acoustic drums in, that was one of those things that's right. That's where it was supposed to be. That felt good, and it's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of guess and check, and after producing for a few years, I mean, I've been producing for like 10 years, full time just for 1 year. But after doing it for so long, the trial and error process becomes shorter and faster. Before it would take me an entire day sometimes to figure out one part,
okay.
And sometimes it still does, depending on the part. But because I changed it, like there's literally a million different synths, guitar tones, like melodies or anything you can think of to put in a song, So I'll spend a whole day changing out things, changing out tones, changing out instruments, and deciding what I like and what I don't like. And that also dictates on where the song will go, So like if I'm using like an 80s kind of pop synth, it's going to be hard for it not to sound like an 80s pop song. You know what I mean? Or if I'm trying to do that and make it sound like a hip hop song, it's going to be hard to necessarily make those elements work together without sounding clunky. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Sometimes, and so that's also, it's a lot of give and take too, like I can't make it sound like an 80s pop song and also like a hip hop, like trap song, because they just don't line up. They're completely different things, and that's the same. So like with Another Lover with the heavy guitars, I loved that about it. That came before the acoustic drums. And I'm like, let's lean more into this alt rock vibe. That's what we're doing with it, And that was one of the pieces that I liked a lot that I built around, And so that felt good to follow that rabbit, that what do you call it? I want to say like the white rabbit in a sense, to like run after it in a sense. That piece became that, and I just chased it, and that's what the song became. I don't know if that answers your question,
dude. I don't care.
He said, I don't care.
It did to me.
All right, good enough for me then.
I was just wondering. I was just wondering how it gets made, because I was thinking it was just lyrics first. Like when you say writing music,
no, it's
like
the guitar first and then the lyrics.
Yeah, and that's really step one. A lot of times I won't have the second verse or a bridge written at that point. But if I have a chorus and a verse I like on guitar and vocals, I'll track that out. I do a rough demo of it. And then I start building drums and bass and other guitars around that initial demo of my vocal and the guitar. And then a lot of times I'll end up muting that and like deleting that original demo and then hearing what I built around it and seeing what that feels like.
So if you did a show right now, your feature song would be
Another Lover.
Another Lover.
Yep.
But you would just do all some old releases and end with that. So like you release this album and all these singles, the 4 singles plus the album.
Yeah.
So what do you do on a show like that?
So once I have all that out, I'll be playing all that new material for sure. And I would love to have as many of those artists on my collab album come out to do shows with me too.
Right.
Because like I love having different people on stage and different energies and stuff like that. But I want to put a small band together, for shows, because I love like acoustic drums and live instruments.
It's cooler because now like you guys are making a melody as a team.
Yeah. And it's nice because like I love working with a band because it's real, it's authentic, and like we connect, and it's like it's organic, it feels very, there's something about having a band that you connect with
when they're actually creating the music instead of press and play.
Yeah.
It feels way more raw.
Yeah, 100%. And I still would use tracks and stuff, but the main parts, the drums and the guitars and the vocals would all be live. And that's like, to me, the important stuff. You know, the other stuff just complements it.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm looking forward to doing some shows here this coming fall, this coming winter. And
you haven't gotten unplanned.
I don't have anything confirmed right now, as of now, but also I don't have a band together yet.
Right.
So I don't have.
Oh,
like,
so you need people with some instruments.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the hardest things, my first step is to find a good drummer that I want to work with.
Okay.
You know, and even if it's me and a drummer.
It'd be me. It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, bro. No, even if it's just me and a drummer to start off, I'm cool with doing that. You know, because I do guitar and vocals and he'll do drums, and then I can track out bass and the other little instruments.
Ideally, what would you need for everything right now?
To put a whole band together?
Yeah.
I'd love a drummer. I'd love another guitarist and a bass player.
Oh, so just a normal.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna bust out keyboards and shit.
No, just because like all that stuff I would probably track out. You know, so we would play with a track. You know, and minus drums, guitars, and bass. Right. You know, so the track would be full of like either vocal samples, extra harmonies, or like some small keyboard parts, stuff like that. You know, I wouldn't want to put a whole huge band together just because it's a lot of logistics to it. You know, there's a lot of who can practice, where can we practice, whose stuff we're using,
right.
Or we have practice stuff and performance stuff. Are we, you know what I mean? Who's driving the shows? Who's doing this? Whose role is that?
If you got the whole band together, would you make music as the band then?
Probably not, unless I really, I guess, loved the band. I shouldn't say it like that, you know? But like, I've done music as a band, and there's a lot of like politics in a band, you know? And not that I wouldn't also like to make music with a band, but I really like making music alone, you know, in the sense that like, it might be a control thing, it might be an ego thing, it might be a pride thing, you know? And I'm working on that. Oh, she didn't look at me. I was surprised. But I also like making music solo, you know, so I love to do my solo work just because there's something about doing solo, but that's different from doing stuff collaborative, you know, and I love doing both. So I wouldn't want to take away from my solo stuff by making it collaborative because then I don't get my solo stuff. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And I would love to let the band like contribute to live stuff. You know, like, let's do this whole different thing live. 1000%. I'm about that. I love doing different shit live. Let's take the chorus and do it halftime live and do it 6 times and break it down and do this. Fuck yeah, let's do that, you know? But I really want a live band versus like a studio band. And that might change, you know, as like if I started working with a band, I loved our energy together and I loved how we did shit together. And we started, and the chemistry was there, then by all means, like I'm not going to fight the natural organic nature of this art, my music, my creativity, you know? But as of now, that's not necessarily what I'm looking for. Yeah. I'm more looking for a live band that I can pay and that we can just do shows, you know? They're
a couple shows.
They're hired hands, or they just want to work with me because they want to be part of the creative process, you know, but be a part of the performances, you know, be a part of, they want to play live and be a part of something cool, you know? But I mean, nobody works for free. You know, whether it be the experience, whether it be a little bit of pay from the door, from merch, or whether it's you pay out of my pocket, I understand. Like, I don't work for free either. Yeah. You know, so I don't expect anybody else to.
That's true.
You know, but I'm excited.
It takes a lot to do the drums.
Yeah. Oh, 100, bro.
A lot of
energy. Yeah.
Even the guitars.
Yeah.
I have
instrument.
the most respect for drummers that also are the lead singers.
Oh, bro, that's ridiculous.
Number one respect for any band member.
How do you fucking do that? That's what
it's crazy, bro.
And they're good at it too.
Literally same. I've tried a few times to play drums and I can play like a simple rock beat with like a 1 or 2 fills and that's it. Yeah. That's all I got. I can't do much more than that.
You got not only the beat and the energy. Yeah, but now you got to remember the lyrics and the tones and everything that you're supposed to sing in.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot,
all
man.
at the same time.
Yeah, it's literally ridiculous. But I mean, I give drummers mad props anyway. Period. Like, not everybody can do that. You know,
think that's one of the hardest jobs up in a band like that.
100%. I've heard like in jazz bands and stuff like that the drummers get paid more. Mm-hmm. You know, because I mean they have way more to lug around. Their instrument's going to cost probably more, and they have to like carry the band in a sense, you know. They're the backbone.
They're the whole beat.
Yeah, 100%. They are the support. They're everything, you know.
That's why you want a drummer first.
100%. I have to be able to work.
A drum and a guitar would be all right.
That's huge. I mean, White Stripes did it.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people do that. I mean, Royal Blood, I don't know if you listen to them at all. They're bass and drums, but still, the drums are everything, especially live. That's where the energy comes from.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to be the energy in the room. Like, you can't replicate that on a track. It can sound like it, but it will never be like acoustic drums. Yeah, it's a whole different thing, you know.
Do they have speakers on the acoustic drums?
Well, what you do is you mic up a drum set if you're in a bigger venue.
Yeah.
You know, so you'd put a mic on the kick drum, you put a mic on the snare drum. Depending on how big the venue is, you put mic on the toms and overhead mics over the drums too. So you get the raw like sound of the drums. Okay. Smaller venues, like a lot of dive bars and stuff, it's usually just kick and snare you mic up because the cymbals are loud enough. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
That like you don't, if you mic'd it up, it would just be drowning everything else out.
Right.
You know, so depending on the size of the venue, it really depends, and the budget of the venue would depend on how many mics you put on a drum set and like how much you need, you know, because the kick drum, that low end doesn't translate really well without a mic, you know, without a mic and some subs to really, so you can feel that shit in your chest, you know?
Yeah.
And that's like absolute necessity is kick drum. Everything else depends on the size of the room.
Okay.
You know?
What's the best part about doing live shows?
The energy, bro. You feel like a fucking god playing live shows. Like when you're doing shit, when you're doing a whole set and like shit's going really well and like people you're feeling the crowd and the crowd is feeling you. Yeah. And like the band is on or like you are on. It's the best feeling in the world. Oh, yeah. Like nothing beats that shit. Really, like for real. Like
what if you mess up during a live performance? Do you just keep going?
So every live performance ever, yes. You're bound to mess up. You know, no live performance is perfect.
Right.
Ever. That's just how it is.
But if you put attention to the fuck up, then it gets noticed.
Oh, then it becomes a fuck up. Yeah. If you don't, then it just becomes part of the performance. You know, like if you forget to come in at a certain part, you just play the same 4 bars again, or you just play the bar a second time and come in. Yeah. And if you're playing with a good band, the band catches it too. You know, like if you miss an entrance, like you just come in and make it sound intentional. So you don't know it. People don't know it's a fuck up.
And that's where the chemistry of the band comes in.
100%. When you're playing with a live band, they all have to understand that. You know, it's hard to play with people who can play the parts but don't understand playing live and have experience playing live, because if they fuck up, a lot of times everybody knows they fucked up because they just stop or they just give up or they try to come in, but it's like they would have came in initially, not like you have to readjust. You have to pivot. You know, you have to, okay, I missed my cue. Where can I come in now? Where's the second best place to come in? Okay. You know, type shit. And that's part of, you all need to think about that on the spot when you're doing a live performance, you know?
Oh,
and that's part
of a lot harder.
Yeah. I mean, nothing ever goes perfect.
Yeah.
You know, I've never done a performance that everything's gone perfect. Simple as that. You know, there's always something that. Well, exactly. There's always human, but that's part of the live performance. Yeah. You know, people don't necessarily want to see and hear exactly what he's seeing here on the record. You know, they want something authentic. They want something real. Personal. Exactly. But they also still want to know the song. Yeah. So some people go as far as,
I'll say I went to Counting Crows one time and they sang a song and it sounded nothing like the song on the CD, and I was pissed.
No, and that was going to be my next point. People still want to recognize what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, but they also want it just different enough that it feels special to them. They experienced it.
I said, what the hell's this shit?
Literally. I went to see Jack White and he did that too. Like every night they played shit differently. Like he wouldn't even tell the band what he's playing, what the set list was, because he wanted it to be authentic and real. But then like they got to Seven Nation Army, which is the biggest Jack White song, like White Stripe song ever. And it didn't even sound like Seven Nation Army. And I was low key like, damn, bro, I was trying to bum. That's what I wanted to feel. And it wasn't even hardly that. And I was like, I was disappointed. You know, so there's a fine line. There really is, you know, and that's part of being an artist. Part of being an entertainer is knowing those boundaries and how much you can push it and people still fucking with it versus pushing it over to the point that people are like, yeah, I've lost interest because it doesn't feel familiar anymore. You know?
Yeah, he was singing it so weird. You couldn't even sing along anymore at this rate.
And people want to sing along. People want to feel part of the experience, you know, and if they can't, then you lose that connection in a way.
Can't get too fucked up before a show.
That's facts.
For sure.
I've been there too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I've been like, bro, I've done so many shows that it's like I've done everything from getting too fucked up to not being hydrated enough that my voice is shot to literally shitting my pants. Not kidding.
You shit your pants on stage?
I shit my pants before a show one time.
Oh,
I don't know if I told you this, but literally the minutes before, I've never told this publicly before, by the way.
You heard it first.
I've never said this publicly before, but literally minutes before I got on stage, I had been drinking a lot the night before. So I had like the fucking alcohol shits. Yeah. And I thought it was a fart, bro. No. It wasn't even this. I went to the bathroom to go pee. And you know, like when you go pee, you loosen up, you relax a little bit. Yeah. And boom, I was like, oh shit, literally.
Did you perform with no drawers on?
I performed with a bunch of toilet paper in my pants.
Yes, you still went.
Wow.
You still went.
The duck butt, bro.
Bro, it was bad. It was just an acoustic show. And so instead of sitting on the stool, I decided to stand up, you know.
What the fuck's that smell?
Yeah.
He plays some good music, but it fucking stinks out here. Did that fat guy over there shit his pants or something?
But I have
Every
never.
time he walks by me, I get a waft of something. What is it?
I've never told that publicly. And it's funny, I played the show with my sister, and I really don't remember if I even told her that. I definitely didn't tell her that before.
Because she would off the vibe, dude.
Yeah, hell no.
I shit my pants. Are you okay? Yeah. First of all, are we going to be able to finish this or what?
Yeah, no, it was bad. It was like a half hour, an hour set too, bro. So I was just sitting there in my own shit for a good while.
Oh, you got a rash.
Yeah, no, it wasn't pretty. Yeah. But
that boy needs some monkey butt.
Shows never go according to plan. And like the craziest shit will happen, you know? But you got to make it work. You just do it.
Was it a good show?
Yeah, we did fine. It was at a cafe, and it was a full like restaurant, like cafe. So there's probably 50 to 75 people there, you know, at least. And we were playing with some friends of ours. You know, they were also acoustic. They were playing right after us, and I can't remember if I told them or not what had happened, you know. But yeah,
I wouldn't have said shit.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have said a fucking thing. I wouldn't have told me.
You said I wouldn't have told me.
That was funny. That was good.
Squirrel says, I shit my pants. Just keep playing.
Literally.
What happened? Nothing.
Yeah.
Just go.
Just keep going. But that's how it is, bro. It's just we just keep doing it, you know?
Yep.
It's all right. We talk about T-Rep shitting his pants stories all the time.
Yeah. I shit my pants just recently.
Might do that Kmart commercial. I shit my drawers. Yeah. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Oh, it's great. It's like it was a Kmart commercial on like free shipping or whatever, or like shipping from the store, and they were like, "I just shipped my pants," and they're saying "shipped," you know, or "ship," and she's like, "I just shipped my nightie, I shipped my drawers," and it's great. Like it was.
Yeah, I heard that, and I thought that was fucking off the wall.
Yeah, it was a real Kmart commercial, and then the other one they did was Big Gas. They said that's a big gas truck, and there was a big gas everything, you know, and they were real Kmart commercials. They did good. But
with the funny, I like that.
We're at the hour mark.
Oh shit,
we can do about 20 minutes, half an hour.
Yeah, I wanted to do.
You can do your thing.
Yeah, I want to grab my guitar and do a little performance piece here. If that's all right with you guys, yeah.
Yeah, that's totally all right with me.
Cool. I prepared 2 songs. I did Never Go Home, which is the last single I released, and then Another Lover. I'm gonna do an acoustic version of it before it comes out tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Then I'll show you guys the original. And sorry, nobody gets to see yet, but midnight tonight it'll be out.
Oh, really?
Midnight tonight.
Midnight tonight. Yep. Look out.
I'm pretty positive. I might have said it for noon, but it'll be out tomorrow for sure.
One of the 12.
By tomorrow.
One of the
12s for sure. I probably said it for midnight, knowing myself. Yeah. It was probably for midnight tonight.
Is that usually when you try to release? Is that midnight?
I have been recently. Now that I think about it, I might have done noon just so it's like people are more active and like for the release time, you know. I might have done noon instead of midnight.
Yeah.
But tomorrow is the day for sure.
More people are up.
It's hard to it's hard to promote a song at midnight just because like people have work. It's Thursday. You know what I mean?
Are sleeping.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, where are you releasing this? Is it a YouTube release or?
So I'm gonna drop the lyric video on YouTube, and I'm gonna be sharing it from my Facebook page and Instagram page and snippets on there and stuff. But the song will be on Spotify, Apple Music, all major platforms. You know, Amazon, Deezer, Tidal, whatever you use, it'll be on all those. for sure tomorrow. So whatever you guys use, share it on there. I have a Spotify pre-save link on my Instagram right now. So if you guys want to go ahead and save it there, or anybody watching can save it there too. That helps me land Spotify playlists to hopefully expand my fan base and land some Spotify playlists. How does
putting it on those things that you said that you put it in a couple weeks before you want to release it? So you make sure they have it on.
Yeah.
And then you can wait until it's actually released to the public.
Yeah. Yeah. And so how it works basically is I upload and deliver to my distributor.
Okay.
And my distributor makes they confirm it was delivered to the platform. It's their job to make sure. Like my job to the distributor, it happens like that. I upload it, I put in the info, I upload the artwork, I pay whatever I need to pay, and put in details that I need to put in, and that happens within minutes. Getting it to the platforms though takes longer. So that's my distributor's job to get it to all the major platforms. And each platform has a different process and a different time length that it takes to make sure everything's right, everything's cleared, everything looks good. To approve the artwork, to approve if I post lyrics with it, whatever with it. That's on the platform, and that takes weeks sometimes. Because small artists like me aren't priority versus like major labels who are priority. Who are paying more and are consistent.
So put it in a month before and then have a release date set.
Okay. Yep, exactly.
We could actually do the same thing with the podcast to where we put it on there, but it doesn't release for 5-6 days.
Yeah.
You can set that.
Okay. I didn't know that.
It can be in the queue.
You guys upload like the day of, it just goes right up?
Yeah, I can, but usually I like to save.
You didn't record this episode.
I know, I gotta go back. I already knew that.
Yeah.
But a lot of times if I wanted to, it could be up within the half an hour.
That's what's up. That's cool.
But a lot of the times I'll save 5-10 episodes and then dump them.
Yeah.
5-10 episodes and then dump them.
I don't know why it's different from music, but like if I uploaded, maybe it's just Spotify, it could be up within a day or two, but all the other platforms it wouldn't be, so some platforms like iTunes, I know it takes a few weeks.
Yep. iTunes does take longer than Spotify.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe it's the same for music, but maybe they also have a way bigger volume of artists just submitting songs, like different artists than podcasters that are consistently. It's the same podcasters doing the same podcast, or more or less every week, every few days or whatever. That like I'm not dropping songs every week.
Yeah.
It's been a year for me, so they probably have a way bigger variety and like artists to filter through too. So that probably makes sense. But yeah, I'm gonna grab my guitar here in a second. Do you want to pause, or are we just good to go like this?
No, we're good to go.
Oh, we're gonna go live. All right, bet it up. Let's do it.
I'll sit here and tap dance for the people while you get your guitar.
There's no pausing on a live show.
This is live television, dog. What do you mean? Welcome to the live event.
Yeah, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch.
I'm not gonna lie. I shit my pants when you brought the guitar. I was like, no way, no fucking way. I didn't really shit my pants.
I didn't shit my pants for this performance. Just a heads up, though.
Well,
so everybody knows.
Now it's a little bit worse, but it's okay. Forgot his guitar pick.
Yeah, no, cable here.
Oh.
I remember bringing guitar pick in my pocket this time.
Oh, you don't play with a guitar pick?
No, I do.
Okay.
All right, let's do.
It's just in your pocket.
It's in my pocket. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're a musician,
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yes, sir. All right. I know it's hot, but can we kill like the fans just for sound wise?
100%.
Just because I want to be able to catch it all, That's funny. I put my phone in my glasses right on my signature here.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, that is funny.
All right. How's that feel over there? Feel good? You hear the guitar? Let's do it. So this one's Never Go Home. This was the last single I dropped. And I'm going to sing everything but the featured verse that I don't sing. So it'll be a little short song, but yeah, I got you. Go ahead. Freestyle a verse. You got this. We'll never go home. We don't want to slow down. Who cares if we're broke now? 'Cause no one knows you. Let's put on a show now. Take shots till they close down. Let's never go home. Whoa, whoa.
We can rock the club on Friday night. We can hit the road. I know you want my vibe. Got that FOMO from being stuck inside. I don't know where we'll end the night. Don't know how I'm so high, don't wanna recover. I got more drinks on the counter, I got more pills in the cupboard. I got the ride outside and 90s rewind. We can pack the whole crew, it go wherever we like, yeah. I'm heading to the top and when I arrive, you'll be there by my side. Let's live it up, party life. We'll never go home. We don't wanna slow down. Who cares if we're broke now? Cause no one knows you. Let's put on a show now. Take shots till they close down. Let's never go home. Whoa, whoa. It's time. Forget the bullshit. No one here knows it. Let's wreck the whole place. We're dumb, we're young and hopeless. Never get old, kids. Pour out the whole fit. It's time, forget the bullshit. No one here knows it. Let's wreck the whole place. We're dumb, we're young and hopeless. Never get old, kids. Pour out the whole fifth. We'll never go home. We don't wanna slow down. Who cares if we're broke now? Cause no one knows you. Let's put on a show now. Take shots till they close down. Let's never go home.
Fuck yeah, dude. That was good.
Thank you.
I heard the other one.
And the people that are watching, you've probably heard that song before on our Spotlight.
Yep.
Dude, I like that song.
Yeah.
I like
Thank
it
you,
even
bro.
better acoustic.
I like it better acoustic.
I don't know if I ever released an acoustic version of that.
No?
Yeah, I was actually considering on
Badass.
when I do drop an album, I did consider putting that one on there.
Don't shit your pants.
I'm about to, yeah, for real. I'm drinking here on a Saturday night. I invite some pretty girl on my phone. I'm sick of laying alone. We've never met, but if we both play it right, then tonight we won't be left on our own. We'll both have someone to hold. I don't wanna know where you've been, who you done. It's just fun. It's a game we're playing undercovers. I can promise you I ain't the one, and when we're done playing love, we can both go find another lover. I'm addicted to the rush and excitement of us falling in love. I'll be addicted to you till one of us says that's enough. I'll stay up, wait for you, pour a cup. No, we ain't gotta fuck, we can vibe and play it out. I'm only up because I know that you might come on by. I left my ringer on high and I left on a light. And when the morning sun cuts through the blinds, oh, you're mine for a moment in time before we're back to our lives, yeah. I don't wanna know where you've been, who you done. It's just fun, it's a game we're playing undercovers. I can promise you I ain't the one, and when we're done playing love, we can both go find another lover. I don't wanna know where you've been, who you done. It's just fun, it's a game we're playing undercovers. I can promise you I ain't the one, when we're done playing love, we can both go find another lover. It's been a month since we met, and things they've progressed. We're thinking the same things, they don't make any sense. You sleep in my bed, but we can't commit. We're dreaming the same dreams and nothing serious. Whoa, 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 whoa. been, who you done. It's just fun, it's a game we're playing undercovers. I can promise you I ain't the one, and when we're done playing love, we can both go find another lover. I don't wanna know where you've been, who you done. It's just fun, it's a game we're playing undercovers. I can promise you I ain't the one, and when we're done playing love, we can both go find another lover. We can both go find another lover. We'll both go find another lover.
Dude. Yeah,
great job.
That was good.
Great job. I like
Just
that
for
one.
making it last night, the acoustic version, you did really good.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm excited to listen to it tomorrow.
Yeah, I just simplified the chords, you know, and just I focus more on the vocals, you know, like how can I make this feel like the original, but
that's a song right there.
Yeah, no,
I would like to listen to that. Right,
that's
there.
how I wrote it initially. Yeah. I have like I posted on my Snapchat actually the night I wrote it. I posted that first verse and chorus on my Snapchat, just how because I was excited about it, inspired by it back in December, and I'll post that snap again, like on my socials and stuff here in a bit. But it was just that. It was just guitar and vocals, and I'm like, I fuck with this. I like where this is going a lot. You know,
you did good on that.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that a lot. That's my new favorite right now of my current stuff. You know?
Yeah, everybody,
mine too.
everybody loves it.
Thank
dude,
you.
That was awesome. I got
yeah.
the tissues.
That's a good one. Dude.
Fire all over the place.
Thank you,
That
guys.
was cool.
Thank you. Yeah,
like
tomorrow it's out. So
it sounds. Yeah, wow. I don't know if you're going to be able to top that,
bro. No, literally same. I'm sorry, I hit the mic here, but same. I feel exactly the same way, and I'm like, damn. Like I got some other songs that I feel really good about, you know. Yeah. But I'm like, I don't know if like. I'm like, that song's good. Like, if I do say so myself, I don't know if I'm gonna write anything better than that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I don't know where that came from, you know? Like, blessed by the music gods or something. But not that I'm saying it's the best song ever, but it's my best song for sure, you know? So, like, it's gonna be definitely.
I don't want to go home too.
Yeah, I never go home.
Yeah, I never go home. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one too, personally. That's the one I'm least embarrassed about. That's out, you know? And I hope.
The music videos.
The one we just heard is my favorite one I've heard from
Another Lover.
100%. That one, yeah. The last one was the acoustic. Both of them were badass.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
That was cool. You even made a beat with the guitar and everything.
Yeah.
I was sitting there like, oh, okay. All right.
He almost took his panties off.
Yeah. I'm naked.
He's like, I'm naked, literally.
See under the table, but I'm naked, dude. Want to keep nobody out, but.
Yeah. No, I haven't had a performance in a long time. I haven't played anything like live, like with a guitar or anything for a long time. So it's nice to be back in it.
First time we had music, like live music.
Really?
Yeah. We featured music. Like somebody's already.
Well, not technically. Technically, this is the first music, but T-Rup beatboxed one time and Two Down and Kane Perez freestyled.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's
okay. So that was.
So that's you guys can't hear that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Live instrument. That was.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't want to breathe because I didn't want nobody to hear me.
You were like, in the mic.
Yeah.
He's doing great.
Simply says run. He ain't got no pants on.
Yeah. Right. It's gonna be bad. Plug in all your socials and where to find you and how to find this song.
Yeah. So all my socials are at Noise by Nino. So Noise, just like it sounds, NOISE by Nino. That's my Instagram, Facebook.com/Noise by Nino. My TikTok is Noise by Nino as well. And on my TikTok, I'm gonna be posting like snippets of like the song, of course, but also how I did it. You know, how-tos and like the breakdown of how I did the song. So if anybody's interested in that on the production side of things, you know, I'll be posting that on my TikTok, like how I mixed it, how I came up with the guitar parts, how I recorded the parts, and everything of that nature.
I really like that, where people like you're talented, where you actually show people how you do it and how you get all this shit together.
Yeah,
and how I make this art this is how I do it. I can give you a how-to video.
I love that about our generation, our day and age. You know what I mean? That's like. I guess some people are, but I don't think most of us are stingy with it. Yeah. You know, we don't care to share the knowledge, you know, you just have to be willing to take it, you know, and we'll share all the knowledge in the world, you know, and it's part of it.
I'll tell you exactly how I do this.
Exactly.
But it's up to you to do it.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna
Because
do
it's a
it
lot of
for
work
you.
no matter what. No matter what
period.
you're doing.
Whether you know how to do it or don't, it's gonna be work.
Dreams take a lot of fucking work.
Period.
And there's no joke about that.
Yeah.
Take a lot of work. That's
facts.
I got one more question for you.
Hit me.
Last thing to say to the world. What are you saying?
Last thing to say to the world? Oh, don't give up. Boom.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up. You heard it first from Nino Chavez, and you just heard him serenade me out of my panties. You guys have a great day. That's it for episode 93 of Pillar Talk. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for singing to my heart, man. For
Absolutely.
real. You guys have a great day. I love every single one of you. And thank you, Nino.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.